The big story that we are tracking right now. Karnataka Soaps and Detergents Limited, popularly known as the KSDL, the iconic state-run maker of Mysore Sandal soap, has reported its highest ever monthly turnover of 186 crores in May 2025. Now, this marks something as a record-breaking achievement in KSDL's 108-year-old history. The company originally set a sales target of around 151.5 crores but exceeded the expectations by 35 crores, achieving 125% of its monthly goal. Now, this performance also reflects a 15% growth over previous months. Minister for Large and Medium Industries, MB Patil, attributed this surge to a strong branding, market expansion and product quality improvements. Now, the performance also follows a recent marketing shake-up when it comes to the marketing of this particular brand. Tamannaah Bhatia's appointment as brand ambassador, which drew criticism, but according to the minister, helped boost national visibility. The company's entire 45 product portfolio includes soaps, shower gels and incense sticks, saw robust demand. Despite no major new investment in equipment, KSDL has significantly improved operational efficiency over the last 2 years. This is what the chairman of KSDL, CS Nadagowda, has in fact said, and he also confirmed plans to launch a new perfume line soon with regard to KSDL's Mysore Sandal soap. In fact, we are joined in by Professor Chambi Puranik, political analyst, and we also have Gautam Shankar with us, who will in fact give us an insight into this. Professor Chambi Puranik, Mysore Sandal soap, it is something that Karnataka has been proud of, but did not reach that potential it would have reached nationally, as it's a great product for those who have in fact used it, but it did not reach that national level of what we call marketing. But then a small change that is being put into it, and then it was a controversy whether that person should be the ambassador, but the number speaks for itself. We all look at what the profits are when it comes to a business, so the numbers are speaking for itself. So do you think it's a new leaf and a new trajectory for the Mysore Sandal soap?
Absolutely. It is, I think, they're not being chauvinistic, I should say that Karnataka people should welcome, people like Tamannaah, who has been appointed as brand ambassador. I congratulate our minister, MB Patil, and also Mr. Nadagowda for having thought of her, because we have our Deepika Padukone, our Sulpa Shetty, all coming from Karnataka. But, in terms of marketing or whatever the kind of negotiations, I think they have found Tamannaah as more acceptable than compared to the other stars whose names I mentioned. So I think, I do say that from an all India point of view, plus global reach also, when KSDL has done a wonderful job, I do congratulate all of them for having invited or thought of her. That is no controversy. We should not be so narrow-minded also, because Tamannaah Bhatia has her own name and image, and she can be a good marketing ambassador. And our Mysore Sandal soap is more than 108 years old. The late Maharaja Nalvadi Krishnaraja Wadiyar, he started this, and throughout the world it is well known. If there is a delay in supplying sandal soap, people will think, I should postpone my taking my bath, etc. I'm just giving you a small example to say how the quality of Mysore Sandal soap is equally great, and Tamannaah has taken it forward in terms of marketing, and there is a big improvement by 30 to 40% jump within 1 month. It is not an ordinary thing. It's a kind of thing which should be lauded. And also people should say that Karnataka people are so accommodative. They are ready to take anybody who volunteers or who accepts our terms and conditions. I think commercially also, Tamannaah has not been a liability. The only point was some Kannadiga should have been done. Kannada's reach is not it is there in South India, but all over India and throughout the world. I think, Mysore Sandal soaps deserve such kind of celebrity, kind of people who market it. And I do say that it is a very positive decision. And also when Karnataka is going through financial crisis because of guarantees and all that, this will be an added, feather in the cap of KSDL. And I think, I don't think any person, civilized person, or cultured person would disagree with the decision. And I also, wish all the best for our KSDL and for their future promotions, because Mysore Sandal soap is one of the best branded soap, and also quality-wise, it can reach any part of the world, anywhere. That's
Well,
it. The
Gautam,
sky is the
we
limit.
have, yeah. In fact, Gautam, we have MB Patil, in fact, tweeting about what we could call as the success of when it comes to the profit margin. But, it is like the Siddaramaiah government is actually trying to, in fact, bring back certain state-owned companies that have been doing quite bad to back into the limelight. They're trying to, in fact, revive them. Now, the big question is, you have made 185 crores of profit, but investment in equipments have been lacking. They've said that they've improved the efficiency of it. But if you're looking for shake-up only on the branding front, or are you going to shake up the entire manufacturing process to actually produce it in large numbers that would also reach the rest of the country and probably even raise your export margin as well?
Absolutely, Burgess, because that is a concern that the Karnataka government does need to address. Keep in mind that MB Patil, who also holds a commerce and industries portfolio, with regard to the KSDL's expansion and the success story that he's been speaking about, he's talked about a long-term strategy, saying that they plan to increase the sales up to 5,000 crore. And with regard to KSDL itself, they are going to be setting up a new factory in Vijaypura district, and they have also brought in a significant market leader in terms of an appointment from Hindustan Unilever, an individual identified as Rajnikant. So besides Tamannaah Bhatia, this is the kind of work that is also going on backstage as well to improve the products of KSDL. And with regard to the kind of numbers that they are reporting as well, keep in mind that this number is not just related to Mysore Sandal. So the KSDL is a state-owned entity, and they also manufacture several other products besides the Mysore Sandal soap, like detergents, cosmetics, and or agarbatti. So it cannot really be attributed to having Tamannaah Bhatia signed as a brand ambassador and that having an impact already. But it also speaks of the quality of the products, and this should serve as an
But
example
Gautam,
of
the question
how
has always
if
been that there should be a wider reach. The question KSDL has been looking for a wider reach. There's been people saying that let us not limit to those old customers or those who have been loyal and those who have been quite regional. They said it's time to put it across for the whole of India to enjoy this product. To in fact accept this product and also to find new markets, and that is why you had Tamannaah Bhatia being brought in. But their sales have in fact picked up, so it is probable that there could be that link that finally it is in fact moving away from a regional branding or a regional base to a larger base. So Tamannaah did in fact prove to be some kind of a stepping stone when it comes to the product itself.
Yeah, it is a
absolutely
happy
work is
coincidence.
because was it to Chamik Puranik?
In fact,
Gautam,
both of you all can answer that question.
yeah,
I'll go with Thambi
just
Purani
I'll
first.
take.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, when you mentioned about not regional kind of branding, but it's a global branding. The whole world. That's why I said sky is the limit. I'm sure. I don't think Karnataka people are so narrow-minded. They are very liberal and accommodative. In Karnataka, all people from all parts of the country, especially in Bangalore, in spite of all problems, problems of pothole and all that, they are coming to Bangalore to settle. So forget it. But as Gautam mentioned, I do say that there is no compromise on quality. What Tamannaah has done is, in the recent kind of times, KSDL had to achieve this target. Now they have gone beyond 25%. That's something which they have wisely done it also. It is not just a coincidence or a kind of fluke thing. It is a well-planned strategy. And that strategy, I think even other, whatever industries or the agencies Karnataka has got in terms of its public enterprise, I think it will be a good lesson for them also. You go for quality, you go for image, you go for marketability, and also people like Tamannaah and many others, they also need that kind of exposure. I think both quality-wise and also in terms of brand-wise, Mysore Sandal soap is well known, but that was confined to Europe. Now you can go to any part of the world, including North America, South America, and other parts also. So I think from that angle, I consider this as a ray of hope. and especially when the government of Karnataka is going through financial crisis and many other corporations are not in a position to achieve this target. It only says, it will give a message that if you have a quality and if you have a right person to market that, both combined, I think Karnataka will definitely reach whatever the 5,000 or 10,000 crores. We do require revenue. That revenue is required for the welfare development of other programs of Karnataka because of guarantee. That's why I said when guarantees have affected the Karnataka's financial position, this will be a kind of new ray of hope for the Karnataka government. And also we should go by both kind of marketing also. If you have every quality, if you don't market yourself, all your quality or whatever kind of wisdom, knowledge you have, it will be of no use. So therefore, right time, the Karnataka government has thought of an ambassador like Tamannaah. I do say that it is a double advantage for Karnataka, both in quality as well as in terms of marketability. That's how I look at it.